Peace and prosperity. This is Nadira Shakir, also known as Coach Nadi. And as promised, I'm coming to you today with a denial that you can utilize while you are partaking in the Lenten season. I had posted a vlog on my Facebook, so if you don't have me on Facebook, it's simply my name, Nadira A. Shakir. And on that particular vlog, I just talked about the benefits of fasting and some things I do in my fasting process and the significance of Lent, okay? Whether or not you're religious or whether or not you consider yourself or you identify yourself as Christian, it doesn't matter. For me, I am anything but religious, but very, very eclectic. And I like to draw from each spiritual discipline and religion what I feel that my soul needs for its spiritual evolution and progress. So for me, I'm inviting Lent, and I'm taking Lent into my consciousness, and I'm putting forth the practice of discipline in the form of fasting. And I will be fasting, and I have solidified a fast for myself for the next 40 days for the Lenten season, and also a mental fast, and also spiritual practices that I'll be sharing with you in later posts. So in that particular vlog on Facebook, I told my friends that I would be sharing with them some denials from my book, The Manifest Star, What I Say Grows. Okay. This book is a very, very, very powerful tool if used within the right context, if we're used in the context of prayer and meditation and intentional, purposeful action. So I feel like a lot of the times in our manifestation process, we are so inundated with the doing and the getting and the pulling to us. And that's great. I always say that action is the highest form of prayer. However, I feel like when it comes to manifestation, a really big part that we don't talk about is the releasing aspect, the letting go. Okay? I don't know how many times I've seen people who are manifesting things and attracting things into their life, but they already have so much stuff going on. They always have so many things that they're doing. They're always so busy. Their space is occupied with so many things. And so what happens is that when they manifest into their life that thing that they say that they want, what happens is that they can't really truly enjoy it because they still have so much going on in their schedules. They're so busy, or they have so much in their space that the thing that they wanted to draw in just has a small space, and they can't really enjoy the beauty of it. If it's a partner that they're trying to draw into their space, they got so many other partners or so many other relationships that they're dealing with that they can't really feel and experience the sweetness of that relationship that they draw to themselves in their manifestation. So a lot of people today are working with affirmations. Everybody's affirming, I will, I am, I do, I this. And that's great. That's wonderful. But that is one aspect of manifestation. And those affirmations are working on building. So when you use a denial, okay, a denial is an affirmation that is used to erase, is used to cleanse, is used to help you to let go. And that's important. And the reason why it's important is because you want to create space. You want to create space in your body. You want to create space in your mind. You want to create space in your heart. Okay, you want to create space in your life. so that when those things that you truly, truly, truly want to manifest present themselves, that you don't have so much clutter going on in and around you that you don't even identify or you can't truly enjoy it. So, if there's any reason to participate in Lent, the Lenten season, whether you're religious or not, it would just be simply to practice and cultivate discipline, because discipline is definitely necessary for manifestation. And it will also be to let go of those things that no longer serve you, okay? So that you can create the space to enjoy what it is that you truly want to enjoy. So I believe that cleaning those things out, first and foremost, is the right way to manifest in order, okay? However, chaos is a theory, so I'm not saying that's the only way to do it, but I feel like it's a more intelligent and harmonious way to do it. So here's the denial that I want to share with you in the book, The Manifest Star, What I Say Grows, all right? It is number 1342. And the denial simply reads this: I willingly surrender my old self for my new self. I willingly surrender my old self for my new self. I willingly release and surrender my old self for my new self. It is done. I am new and I am improved. All right, so that might be a very simple denial, and you're probably saying, like, what does that mean? But I would invite you in your own journaling practice, because these affirmations and denials are made for you to work with, not to just say, but to work with. Saying them is powerful in and of itself, but if you decide to work with them, it becomes even more powerful. So the way I have been utilizing these denials and affirmations is by using a journal. So when I say I willingly surrender my old self for my new self, I ask myself, what does that mean? Because there are some aspects of my old self that I treasure. There are some aspects of my old self that have helped me to become the woman that I am today, which I'm really, really proud of. However, there is always new heights, and I see myself doing more things. And I know that the Creator wants to use me to do more things, more greater things. So in my journaling practice, what I did was I simply wrote down the aspects or some of the characteristics, some of the behaviors, some of the fears that I had as 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even two years ago, some of those behaviors that I wanted to release and I wanted to let go. And believe it or not, today is one day, but when I wake up tomorrow, that will be my new self. So today is my old self as well. So you can continue to just go back, whether it's a week ago, whether it's a month ago, whether it's a year ago, and see what aspects of that person that you were yesterday, ongoing to 20 years ago, that you want to release. And in your journal, you write those characteristics down. You write down some of those behaviors, maybe some of those thought patterns that you're holding. And if there are any experiences, because this is very powerful, if there's any experiences that you feel like you want to, that resonate with you when you think about this affirmation, write those experiences down in your journal as well. And a little powerful, simple ritual is to write it down, tear it up, and maybe burn it, or maybe find a place in your space where you can bury it. And I would even sometimes say recycle. So sometimes when I write things down, and I'm going to tell you why. Sometimes when I write things down and I really put a lot of thought into it, I know it's not something I want to keep in my experience, I'll recycle it. I'll put it right outside, tear it up into shreds, but put it outside in my recycling bin. And I'm going to tell you why I do that. Because I believe that all energy can be transformed. Okay, there's something called transmutation. But anyway, all energy can be transformed. So whether or not that you had a negative experience, if you write it down, you tear it up and you put it into a recycling bin and say a little prayer, like something like Heavenly Creator, God, Source, whatever, however you identify with your higher power, I give you this experience so that you can transform the energy of this experience into something more new, something more powerful, something that brings more joy and happiness into my life, world, and affairs. And just drop it into the recycling bin. I like to bury things too, so it's up to you. But that is one denial. And so when I say it's done, because now that's done. So there's no reason to go back and to linger on it, to beat yourself up about it, to beat up the people about it who were involved in the situation. But it's done. You've given it to the universe. It's done. And it says, I am new and I am improved. Now here's where your manifestation, your creativity can begin. I'm improved. So once you surrendered your old self, you have to ask yourself now, how would I like to be improved? And only you know this. Only you know whether or not you want to improve in your art, with your health in your body, if you want to improve your relationship, if you want to improve your home. Maybe there's some things that you want to do on a different home decor. If you want to improve in your career, if you want to have and establish a better relationship with your partner or with your children. So how would you like to improve? And then simply get into that space after releasing and maybe put on some music, light a candle, and really get into the process of writing down what this new person not only looks like, but feels like. Because sometimes, and I'm good for this, especially when it comes to manifestation, sometimes we have a vision for ourselves or we see some images and we identify with those things because we're like, okay, that is shiny, that looks great, I want to have that. But also put into your journaling practice and get into that feeling state. How do you want to feel? Because you can buy a new mansion, but be completely stressed about keeping the mansion up, paying for the maintenance of the mortgage and things of that nature. Or you can probably have neighbors that you do not get along with. So how do you want to feel when you're in that mansion? All right. If you want that new Lamborghini, okay, how do you want to feel driving that new Lamborghini? Okay, do you want to be tight? Do you want to be rushing to work? Or do you want to be just chilling? Like, hey, I got a Lamborghini and I'm going to the beach. Or you have this new body, you have these abs and you have this back, but then you have like all this pain in your body, and you have very, very limited mobility. Do you want to have those abs, but have a beautiful digestion process going in internally? And do you want to be able to be flexible with those new muscles that you have? So think about all those things, and after you write those things down, this new improved version of yourself, really get into the feeling space. How do you want to feel? All right? So that is this little practice, and these are just some of the very powerful affirmations and denials in this book. So I'll be sharing more as Spirit leads because it is Lent and I am doing the work for myself. But when I have the time and the inclination to share, I will. So just keep that one in mind. I willingly surrender my old self for my new self. It is done. I am new and I am improved. This is Nadira Shakir, also known as Coach Nadi, inviting you, if you want, to go on Amazon.com and simply Google Nadira A. Shakir in the title, The Manifest Star, and own your copy. This is one of the greatest gifts that I have given myself, and the feedback that I'm getting from people is very transformative. I have seen a lot of transformations in my own life, world, and affairs, and I'm very happy and grateful that the Heavenly Creator utilized me and my intellect and my spirit to manifest this book. So if you feel led, then you can own your own copy. This is Nadira Shakir, also known as Coach Nadi, telling you to have a wonderful and blessed Lent. And don't forget in your manifestation process to clear space. Peace and prosperity.